Well, the mayor now confirms that 16 people have been killed in this horrific event in Surfside, Florida. Another four bodies were discovered by those searchers overnight. And I can say last night we were standing sort of off to the side of the main media perimeter. And I saw one, my producer, my colleague Sarah Sears saw the other, of a very slow moving motorcade. And it's a truck from the Miami-Dade forensic team, and they're escorted by police cars with their lights flashing. They move very slowly, they go silently, and they make their way south of the site into the collapse area. And when you need the services of the medical examiner, it's not good news. And so you see those trucks go in, and your stomach kind of flips, because you know some family is about to get some very terrible news here, because those searchers, they're not trying to give the families false hope, but they are hoping that there is going to be some survival here, that there is going to be pockets where people may have been able to stay alive despite all of the conditions that this rubble pile has had to sort of experience. Remember, for the first 2 days of this search and rescue operation, there was a massive fire burning beneath the rubble pile. When we first arrived here on Friday night, you get out of your car at the search area, and all you can smell is this metallic burning smoke. It kind of smelled like fireworks, like the immediate after effects of fireworks. It has like a chemical smell to it. And that fire burned for 2 days. And so until they could finally get it under control. So that was a massive challenge for these firefighters who were dealing with that. And then the extreme weather. This is hurricane season. This is rainy season. The thunderstorms have been intense, rain on and off, as well as the humidity, the heat. Some of these firefighters doing this search and rescue mission are wearing 80 pounds of gear. I believe someone else is coming up to the microphone now, and I'm not quite sure if it'll be in English or Spanish. Okay, we are not going back to that, but I'm sort of keeping my eye on it in the distance here. But the latest information we have from the search and rescue operation is A, it is still a search and rescue operation. B, 4 more families are going to be getting the news that they so desperately do not want to get, that the bodies of their loved ones have been found. That means 16 people have now died as a result of this building collapse. And right now, there are still 147 people who are unaccounted for. Before this news conference took place, I reached out to Global Affairs Canada, as we do multiple times every day when we're covering a story like this. The officials at Global Affairs Canada tell me there's no new information about the 4 missing Canadians. 4 Canadians from 3 different families are still unaccounted for as a result of this building collapse. And so we are obviously waiting for any information about those Canadians. We are also waiting for any information about whether there is some sort of miraculous situation at the site and people are pulled alive from this rubble. One thing I want to point out is that repeatedly there have been examples given by these local officials as well as search and rescue experts that people can be pulled alive days after a disaster. They can be pulled alive from the rubble. They keep pointing to those examples, but at the same time, they don't want to give these families false hope. So this remains a search and rescue operation. There's no indication that this is going to change to any sort of recovery effort at this time. So this continues to be an effort to try and find for survivors, look for survivors, and will continue to be for the time being.
We will keep in touch and talk again. I know you'll be watching for any further updates. Thanks for that, Katie. That's CBC's Katie Simpson. She is right there in Miami.